Good morning, doctor. Welcome back.
Good morning, Venkatesh. Nice to be back again.
Great. So, our topic for today is respect, and it is something that all of us, whether we like it or not, consciously or otherwise, do want from others in our lives. But one of the things that many of us need to learn is how to give respect before we ask for it. And if we do that, which is acknowledge the other person and their contributions and their role in our lives, we create relationships and a space in which we can learn and everyone can flourish, right? And obviously, that's good for our and everyone else's wellness. Yes, doctor?
Yes,
So that's why we
absolutely.
talk about respect today. So over to you, doctor.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Venkatesh. Now, the word respect is a little funny. Each one of us, high or low in the hierarchy of human beings, yeah, feels that he or she deserves more respect than what they are getting now. So there is always a feeling of lack of respect, and therefore there is a bit of a grouse
Right,
coming into the picture. And no relationship is perfectly normal unless each participant feels that there is respect in the air. You
right,
know, and but the full impact of the word respect is never realized and never appreciated. Also, I may be respecting Venkatesh, but he may feel that I am not respecting him enough, and vice versa.
right,
So there is always an air of inadequacy with regard to respect.
right.
But we have to overcome that because this carrying this chip over the shoulders. The word respect can, mean a bit of a grouse all the time,
Correct,
Uh,
correct,
and that is where we have to normalize it.
correct.
And see that we get enough respect. And once your respect quotient is satisfactorily met or uh, delivered,
Right,
our relationships cannot be normal.
right.
So the word respect carries that much of a backdrop of heavy duty meaning, etc. But if you don't have respect, there is no relationship.
Correct,
Uh, no
correct,
respect, no relationship. You can have a lot of hypocrisy, you can say a lot of worldly mouthings, but still, if you don't deep down, you don't feel the respect and the air,
right,
your relationship is inadequate.
correct,
And to that extent, this relationship is pathological also.
right,
So imagine yourself carrying some chip over your shoulder, morning, evening,
right,
rain or shine, whatever. Whatever you do, like for example, here in this picture,
right.
you see two people bowing, probably they are from,
Karate
you know,
players, yeah. I mean, they're clearly karate players in the Japanese that bow to
yeah,
each other before they play. Yeah,
right. So that chip has to be eliminated or
correct,
normalized.
correct,
And then the relationship will start. Till
correct,
till then, there is no relationship.
correct,
And for that, the basic formula is you give respect and you take respect. You get respect.
correct,
You give. And to get it, you have to give first.
correct,
Here in this diagram, you see a circular thing going,
correct,
getting, leading to giving and giving, leading to getting and so forth.
correct,
But more often than not, there is one-way traffic. As we just now saw,
correct,
that one-way traffic leads to a grouse,
correct,
leads to healthy relationship.
correct.
So you may be getting adequate amount of respect, but you may not
Perceive.
assume it.
Correct. You
You-
don't perceive it to be so. I think
yeah,
you touched on one of the most important reasons for why respect is important. Why we need a discussion on respect is that everyone feels they're getting less. No matter what,
yeah, yeah,
everyone in the world thinks they get less than they deserve, but they are not asking
yeah.
themselves whether they are giving adequate respect. Yeah.
Right, right, right. There is a Kabir Doha in this. Bura jo dekhne mai chala,
हाँ
bura na miliya koi.
हाँ
The fellow, he gets into the streets and then looking for somebody bad, looking for
right
some bad result.
correct
Hmm? बुरा जो देखन मैं चला बुरा न मिलिया कोई. I couldn't find anybody bad.
हाँ
मन मैं खोजा अपना. मुझसे बुरा न कोई. When I look inward and then see that there is nobody more bura than me. So
correct
that teaches humility and that teaches realism also.
correct
You know. You already are on the lookout for some lack of respect, lack of affiliation, lack of whatever, healthy
Acknowledgement.
relationship.
Yeah.
Hmm? Well, first of all, जो मन खोजा अपना, मन
Right.
खोजो, you
Correct.
know, look at your own self,
Correct.
and then you'll see that मुझसे बुरा न कोई. So there's
Correct.
nobody more बुरा than me, you
Correct.
know. May a little sound a little nonsensical or even
Yeah, sound a little sort of self-flagellating, but
yeah,
it's a good way to realize that before you find flaws in others, if you look within, you'll find enough. And conversely, you should be able to give respect once you realize that everyone is, you are as flawed as anybody else.
right, right. Well, this respect, for example, a simple thing like having lunch or dinner,
Right.
and you find that the dish in the whatever is lacking in that exact amount of salt.
Right.
Yeah. And that salt has to be there and it should be proper.
Right.
So till then you find that you don't have the proper environment. So a simple thing like salt in the food
Right.
can disturb the relationship, and that
Correct. Correct.
normally in Indian ethos there is this man asking the woman to follow to sort of look and see and how best a man is and how best he can be respected.
Right.
Yeah, the man expects relationship. Hmm?
Right.
And then that so there is an element of chauvinism in this.
Right.
So maybe you'll come to that
We'll
element a
come to
little
that a
later.
little later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is
We
any
have
comment?
not covered this slide.
Yeah.
Go ahead, doctor.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead and discuss this slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect is what? You have to think and act positively towards yourself and others. Now, right? A
Yes.
lot kind of adverbs and adjectives here. Hmm?
Correct.
You have to think and act. The
Correct.
respect doesn't land on your lap. You have to
Correct.
think, act. Hmm? And you have to do the same thing with yourself, like Kabir did.
Right.
मुझे से पुराना कोई. So think, act yourself, and then others, or simultaneously the others and so forth. And
Right.
show others the environment that you care.
Correct.
So yeah, you have to be in all this transaction, which is a mind game.
Right.
Life is a mind game.
Right.
It's a mind game between father and mother and brother and sister. Mind game. You're all playing games. It may sound a little silly, but we're all playing games.
Right.
And but that's required. Unless you play the right game the right way, you cannot build a relationship.
Right.
And you
I
have
think
to think.
the important
Yeah,
thing you're saying is in this, you need to act positively and you need to show the care, which we have discussed before, that, it's not enough to think, you need to act, and then it needs to show in the form of care.
right. A simple thing about getting and giving respect,
Yeah.
is contained in the phrase high thinking
Yeah.
and simple living. Now,
Right.
if you want to command respect, you
Right.
cannot say, I am your boss and you have to obey me. That
Right.
cannot build relationship at all. In fact,
Correct.
that is a particular doctor in a big hospital,
Right.
and he is leading a department. And when the next in line sort of moved out, he had to sit on the chair. And then the first thing he would say, I am the boss.
Right.
Huh? You have to follow me.
Correct.
So that kind of a thing is not going to get you respect.
Correct.
You know, if you are going to exert influence on the I factor, me factor,
Right.
that cannot happen. Unless, then of course, to generate that kind of a relationship, you require simple living. You
Right.
cannot be moving around in Cadillacs and then command and demand that life should be like this when the other guy across the road doesn't do 2 meals a day.
Right.
So you have to have a simple living, and then that to appreciate your living, simple living, there is a high thinking required.
Correct.
Life again, like just
Yeah.
now we saw
This
life game. Yeah, any comment on Ganesh?
Yeah, no, this connects back to what we were discussing last week, that in some ways decluttering, and we have discussed earlier minimalism, sort of frees you from all these entrapments to actually be in the moment and give others their due acknowledgement. Otherwise, everyone is just busy, caught up in this comparison and one-upmanship in a manner which sort of comes in the way of respect.
Right. So there is a dictum that you can start with.
Right,
See, you deserve respect.
right,
This statement can come from one person to another, or the feeling of deserving respect, which we saw just now,
correct,
uh, enters the picture, and that cannot be respected or respectful unless you tell the other fellow that you deserve respect.
correct,
It's saying, I deserve respect, which is creating more egoistic problems.
correct,
You know, you deserve respect. You put the ball in the other fellow's court and give him the respect first. Give
correct,
respect and take respect.
correct.
You deserve respect,
And which
and
is
that's
where
it.
the give versus get, you have to start with the give. In the chicken and egg, the first is give.
Correct, correct. So the emphasis again is on due, respect, etc.
Correct,
But now to get respect, you require a lot of money, a lot of pomp and array, and then you say, okay, you know, I am your boss, etc. That kind of feeling. But more simple way of looking at the cognitive aspect of respect is knowledge.
right,
If you want to command respect, you have to build your knowledge base.
right,
Without any real worth. Real worth will come from knowledge, which will come from education, which will come from learning, and so
right,
forth. And so instead of worrying about money,
right,
you should start worrying about knowledge.
right.
You know. So again, it may sound a little odd. So
No, and
I want respect, and then you say, "Give me knowledge." What
correct,
nonsense! But it's true. Knowledge is power,
correct,
and that power should be leveraged.
right,
Hmm? And that kind of respect will fetch you a lot more dividends than otherwise. So
correct,
knowledge is power.
correct,
Next slide. Knowledge is associated with character.
right,
The thing that we learn in education is that you are building a database,
right,
and that will put you on a little better pedestal, and
right,
then you leverage it, and then you come out with a stronger character,
right,
which will turn shine bright in the dark moments, and therefore you can hope to build a relationship.
correct,
And that is where respect is required. Respect happens.
correct,
Respect cannot come just like that. You cannot wave a magic wand and say, "Give me respect," as we saw a little earlier.
correct,
You know, you build knowledge first, you build character first,
correct.
and then you get your quota of respect,
Respect. Correct,
and that is associated with character.
correct. Now,
Now,
I think the
character.
last, sorry, go ahead, go
Hmm?
ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's okay. Go
No, no,
ahead.
no, please. I was just saying that the last two or three slides, I think the point you're making is if you work on yourself, build your
Right.
knowledge, build your character, keep your living simple so that you can be open and humble to learn, you automatically
Right.
are attracting the respect that you otherwise would have demanded from material things and so on. And it's much more sustainable.
Absolutely. And of course, all of this depends on the environment
Correct,
where
correct,
your knowledge, your positive elements are appreciated.
correct,
A strong character. Now, somebody requires to appreciate your character without your tom-tomming it.
correct,
If you tom-tom about your character, then it's no character. Then the sense of pride comes in,
correct,
and then it makes your personality more complicated. So
correct,
then you end up with a lot of hypocrisy,
correct,
and then you don't know where to find respect. You
correct,
say, "बुरा जो देखने में चला है," that will apply.
correct,
So
correct,
you try to bring somebody simply because of your status,
correct,
and then that's not going to happen. It's not going to
correct,
work,
correct.
and so forth. Any comment, Venkatesh?
No, absolutely. I think in both the big themes till now, we should give respect before we ask for it. And the second is instead of seeking respect, build yourself and respect will automatically come. Build your character, build your knowledge, build the humility to see the good in others. And so that is the way to get the respect that you want. These are sort of two very good takeaways. Absolutely.
Right, very true. Now, we saw about character. how will the character manifest itself?
Correct.
Your personality manifests itself, unless you are a clairvoyant or unless you have the ability to penetrate the cerebral cortex and make your behavior acceptable. You have to build on the behavior, but then the
Right.
character aspect comes in.
Correct.
Because behavior is the one that is visible.
Correct. Correct.
Behavior is, so you can have a great character and your behavior is terrible. It doesn't happen that way, but
Yeah.
it can happen.
I think the point you're making is as you build a good character, your behavior automatically reflects it. And that is the sustainable way of actually both giving and getting respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. But those with some shallow mind, like whether it is Kabir or whether it is Ramanujam or whether it is whatever. Now, you see, I can't see through you. I can't see through your sternum and myocardium to see how your heart is.
Correct.
But it reflected in terms of the behavior. So you start building on behavior, but there's a big but here. Many people mistake behavior for character. They say,
Correct.
I have good behavior and therefore I must have good character.
Correct.
It doesn't happen that way.
Correct.
But
Correct.
then, yeah, comment, Venkatesh.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
very good point. Very good point. I guess behavior which is congruent or based on your real character is the one that all of us instinctively understand and respect.
Right.
Whereas if it is shallow behavior, which is disconnected or not in consonance with your true character, sooner or later it breaks and people can see through the facade of the mask. Human beings are able to do that. So it will never sustain. It is better to just actually have the right character and let the behavior reflect that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. During my school days, uh, we used to get a certificate from the headmaster.
Right,
hmm, how your behavior is. Now, what do you mean behavior at the school level? Hmm? They will only look at the conduct. You know,
correct,
they will only be because you cannot see through the other aspects of your personality.
correct,
So you look at the conduct and get a conduct certificate. We used to get a certificate for passing marks, etc.
correct,
And you get a conduct certificate. Without conduct certificate, you don't get a promotion.
correct,
In the good old days. Now, of
correct,
course,
correct,
today electronic. So character certificate and conduct certificate used to be two separate entities. Mind you, look at the funny part of it. Hmm? The headmaster would ask for conduct certificate and character certificate, especially if you are going from one school to another.
right.
You require both.
Yeah, you need
Huh?
your performance and your character/conduct certificate. Correct,
Yeah. So in a school environment, which is also true for your overall environment,
correct.
you know,
Work, family, everywhere. Correct,
yeah, conduct strikes you or strikes the other fellow as a supreme element.
correct,
He's well behaved. You say,
correct,
for example, we say well behaved.
correct,
Well behaved is fine, but
correct,
if your behavior is well, but the rest of your personality or thinking, etc., is not so well, then your very purpose is defeated.
correct.
So
Yeah.
in my
But I think the
opinion,
important point you're making is that, and how this fits within respect is that a lot of what we understand of people's character, since like you said, we can't look into their minds and there is no way for us to understand their deep inner workings. We are looking at their conduct, right, as indicators of their character. And as I guess has been said, for example, about Lord Ram, the Maryada Purushottam or anything else, the notion of good character and how it manifests in conduct is respect. You are respectful, you are vinamra. So the all of that is the link between character, behavior, and respect.
true, true.
Yes, doctor.
Now,
Yeah,
yeah, this behavior and conduct and so forth comes from where?
correct,
It comes from your environment, and your
correct,
immediate environment starts with family,
correct,
and then it goes on to the schooling. The schools exert a lot of pressure, if not directly something, and that parenting comes along with the schooling. You go
correct,
to a good school, good conduct, etc. in the school and at home. Now you have to have both good
correct,
conduct at home and good conduct and in the school. And your parenting is associated with that. It's
correct,
a mix of things.
correct,
That is where your ability to command respect comes in. if you are a good student, if you are a good son or a good daughter, all that will have to be seen through, and that is connected with parenting. And a good parent will have to allow others to exert these
Positive
influences.
influences. Correct. On
Many
the child.
parents, yeah. So there are many parents who don't know how to guide.
Correct.
This is where you have to learn to learn, and
Correct.
then you build your character
Correct.
and build your conduct accordingly.
Yeah. And that's how you
Conduct,
build your child's conduct. And when you say a well brought up, a well raised person, very often you associate, a well raised or well behaved person, like you called it in the old days, with their
yeah,
upbringing. You will say well brought up, right? Well educated, or all of that comes to what you're talking about, that parents and teachers, schools and
yeah,
parents shape
yeah.
people's behavior and character over a long period of time.
Yeah. So it's well groomed, for example. We say grooming again is an external aspect.
Correct.
Grooming can't be seen at first sight. You can't see that.
Correct.
Uh, Building that is a responsibility of the parent who spends most time with children. But
Correct.
in today's computerized world, it may not be the case. Many times the offspring is somewhere and the boy or girl is somewhere else. And
Or the parent,
it
yeah.
doesn't gel. This is a problem with the parenting. And last night I saw a program on the YouTube. Hmm? And there the emphasis is only on the age bracket of 15 to 20.
Right.
Only on that. What is the topic? The topic is how you can make things faster, how you can be a good influencer. Instead of learning, the emphasis has shifted to influencing. You
Correct.
know,
Correct.
if you are judged only by the way you influence people, that involves money.
Correct.
Ultimately, we are
Yeah, your
bringing down.
intrinsics get left behind in this obsession with how you can, to your point about shallow behavior, you need to build your fundamentals, right? Either your character and your knowledge, and that is what will sustain you in the long run, rather than only focusing on the mechanics of how to influence people.
Right, right. And interestingly, as a byproduct of this, is today the emphasis is not on the character part or the conduct part because they are irrelevant in the computer age. Yeah,
Or
sorry to
people
say this.
feel that. I would say that actually, while people think that one way or the other character shows up, those are human
Yeah,
fundamentals.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah, but
can.
that should other guy should be able to appreciate it. No?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Otherwise, in Pune, in college, we used to have a stock phrase,
Correct.
mamia. Mamia means, you are a simplistic, simpleton kind of a guy, and
Correct.
you are very innocent, and then you don't know how to keep up with the times. And
Correct.
so they used to call him mamia. And of course, now, of course, the word also is dead and gone. Mamia is truly, it used to be a good representative of your character and conduct.
Correct.
But it's no longer the case. It doesn't matter. That's neither here nor
Doctor, we
there.
have, we have about 5 slides to go. So just to
Okay.
tell you that from a time perspective, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think we should be okay. So people would think, even today, people would think, somebody like Malia, which is a general knowledge.
Right.
Malia has had a lot of money, has a lot of money, and people respected him and respect him for that. Now it may sound a little odd, but money still brings in some kind of a respect, although it may be shallow and short-lived.
Right.
And people would only think in terms of money to gain power.
Correct.
So Mr. So and so may be in behind the bars or whatever, but that is a notional element.
Correct.
That should be handled carefully. And here we have the example of King Midas. Next
Right.
slide, please. Midas would expect people to respect him because of his money.
Right.
He said, if there is a lot and lot of money, then I'll get a lot and lot of respect.
Right.
So, God, the angel said, okay, as they say, tathastu, so be it.
Right.
And King Midas wanted his golden touch to make him rich. And
Correct.
what better way to get rich than having lots and lots of gold everywhere around you?
Yeah.
In your
Whatever you
front,
touch
in your
becomes
back.
gold. Correct.
Yeah. So, and then very soon, the same afternoon, he is forced to touch the eat the humble pie, if you like.
Right.
And then once his own daughter was touched and she turned into gold,
Right.
wisdom dawned.
Correct.
But till then, his
Till then,
wisdom was
it
very,
didn't. Correct.
yeah. So for his wisdom to dawn, it is his golden touch that was leveraged. But then pretty soon, his thing was half-lived or half-baked or whatever. He
Yeah.
could realize and confess to the angel that, no, sorry, forgive me for asking for stupid
Everything is
things.
not gold. Yes. Gold is
Yeah,
not everything, rather. Correct. Gold is
exactly.
not everything.
So
When
money
you
is
do
not
it,
everything.
correct.
Yeah.
It has its place, wealth has its place, gold has its place, but everything has to be in balance. And if you think that the answer to everything is gold, I guess to the previous slide, there is wealth beyond money.
Yeah, yeah. Now, there are certain other aspects of, conduct and,
Correct.
respect.
Right.
Now, here you see two human beings, one at each end of
Age
the
spectrum.
spectrum, so to speak.
Correct.
Here you see a young boy, and then you see an old man.
Correct.
You know, so you have to learn to respect the old age in that man.
Correct.
That may sound a little odd. Even today, there are people who don't respect old people
Correct.
for whatever reason. An
Correct.
old man take more time to drink his tea. He'll
Correct.
take more time to cross the road if he can cross at all,
Correct.
and so forth. So an old man is never respected in the true sense. Even if there is a chaperone, that chaperone will get irritated if that old man is not climbing the stairs fast enough,
Right.
etc. So to build respect, you respect an old man.
Right.
You respect old people. That's why we have the Shraddha and all that. Why do we have Shraddha?
Right.
Why do we have an old age dictating your behavior? That's because indirectly or directly you're appreciating the effort of the old man to live through these ages of 5, 50, 60, 70, and so forth.
Correct.
And that itself is a respect commanding thing.
Correct.
you know. So the person didn't die of cholera in the meantime, but he survived till the age of 75, 80. That
Correct.
itself is an achievement. It
Correct.
may sound a little silly, but living in old age is an art and a science. How did this
Correct.
fellow get to understand other people around him? How did he manage the generation gaps? The generation gaps have to be understood and managed.
Correct.
And that cannot come if you're sitting and watching whatever, YouTube.
Yeah. Your age
So,
is a good indicator that you are able to weather so many different cycles in life. is
right,
is one part, and of course the other is that when they say, we all say respect elders, I think, and especially teaching children to respect elders,
exactly,
that you have to look past the external frailty and understand the wealth of wisdom or experience that person has gained across a lifetime. And within
right,
the family, for example, you have benefited from it. So you
right,
were raised by the person who is currently an elder. That person raised you or raised your father.
right,
And so teaching
right,
children
right.
why, for example, again, like we said, one of the indicators of good behavior is you're soft. One of the other good indicators of good behavior is do you respect your elders? When people want to boil
Absolutely,
it down to something simple, they say, do you respect your elders? Right?
absolutely. Next slide, please.
Yeah, this is the other
And
one. Very good. Yeah,
a generic kind of a suggestion or advice is be a real man. What do you mean by real man? I have to learn to respect women. You say,
correct.
I'm asking you to be a real man, and then you say respect women. But that goes,
Correct.
excuse me, that comes along with the package.
Correct.
You are not a real man unless you respect a woman.
Women.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's it. Now, why? Because a woman has handicaps in some areas and may not be able to, say, handle a few things, like the computer graphics or something. A woman may be lagging behind, although it is
No, I
changing now.
think that is less the case now, but more just pure maybe physical power, right? I
Yeah,
think pure
yeah.
physical power of a woman. Today, I guess women can handle anything, do anything at
Exactly.
the intellectual sphere. But physically, many women might still be disadvantaged. But your
Right.
respect is not dependent on that physical power, is what this is about, right? That you give
Correct.
respect,
Correct.
without worrying about just the strength of the person physically to intimidate or overpower. That should not be the
Right.
measure of respect.
Absolutely.
A
Next
very good
slide,
point.
please.
Across elders and women, These sound like very simple old statements, but
chauvinism.
yeah, but they are very good indicators of what respect is. Respect is being able
Correct.
to see past the uh, weaknesses or little frailties that are obvious and go deeper to the other things in the person.
Yeah. I think this is the last slide.
Yeah.
No, am I right? This is
Yeah,
the
this is the
last slide?
last slide. Yeah. And
Yeah.
perfect last slide. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, Sanskrit slokas can give you a lot of wisdom
Correct.
and practical wisdom. And
Correct.
here is one sloka.
Correct.
Where do you get respect? The question
Right.
is, we have been looking at respect from various angles and perspectives. Where do you get respect and how do you get respect?
Right.
Now, here this shloka says, Swagrihe pujyate murkaha. Now, if you are an uneducated bum,
Right.
you can command respect at home, you can shout at your wife, and then you can shout at your children, and then demand and command respect.
Correct.
That is all fine within the four walls of his little abode.
Correct.
Swagrihe, in your own house,
Correct.
Swagrihe pujyate murkaha.
Correct.
Murkha
Correct.
is a stupid guy, more or less a stupid guy.
Correct.
And the stupid guy can command respect at home within the
Or
four
demand
walls.
respect or just, yeah, command it physically and extract it. Yeah.
Swagrihe pujyate murkaha. The next one is Swagrame pujyate prabhu. Grama is village.
Right.
Hmm? He can command respect within his the not exactly the four walls, but
The village. In the village,
areas of
let's
the
say the chieftain or the powerful guy can command respect as far as the village is concerned.
right.
Correct.
So Swagrihe at home you are respected. Swagrame at home at your place of residence you
The
command respect.
chieftain or the powerful person can. Yeah.
Yeah. Swadeshe pujyate raja.
Correct.
A raja, a king will be respected in his own land, in
In
his
his
own
kingdom. In his own
whatever
kingdom.
kingdom, whatever.
Correct.
Swadeshe pujyate raja.
Correct.
Whereas Vidwan sarvatra pujyate. If you are a
Correct.
learned, if you are a learned man, along with learning comes character and conduct, as we said.
Correct.
So simply doing that rata is this, shout your name or verse in the so
Sorry.
Swadeshi Pujyate Raja, Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate.
Correct.
Now, merely knowing platitudes won't make you wise,
Right.
and you have to have the character and conduct to back it up.
Back it up. Correct.
Swadeshi Pujyate Raja, Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. Vidwan is made of only those things where you have digested and assimilated your wisdom,
Knowledge. Correct.
various inputs.
Correct.
So Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate.
Correct.
Wise man is respected wherever he
Everywhere.
goes.
Correct.
That also in today's divided world, many people may or may not agree. They
Correct.
talk about the techies and getting into trouble and one techie calling another techie a name and
Correct.
whatever. So Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. So if you want to command respect,
Correct.
build your knowledge base and be again nice in your conduct.
Correct.
Then you build
Absolutely.
your character, then you get your respect.
Yeah.
So these are pointers. There is no magic formula for respect.
Correct.
Respect is seen. Respect is seen and felt,
Correct.
etc., etc. Vidwan sarvatra pujyate. So build your knowledge base,
Correct.
and that is something where you help yourself and you're helping others as well. So that is where I thought I would share with you, Venkatesh.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. I'll just sum up in the last minute or so.
Yes,
We discussed, as Doctor said, picking up where we ended off, respect is something that comes from our character and our wisdom and its demonstration in our conduct. And where does that come from? That comes from working on ourselves. So before demanding respect, we need to work on ourselves. But where we
right,
started this talk today was that before we even expect or expect respect from others towards ourselves, the first and most important thing is to make ourselves capable of respecting others. We need to give
right,
respect before we can get it. So the two central
right,
themes today were give it before you expect it. And second, don't try to mechanically or in a shallow way collect respect either through money or power. Build yourself, build your character, build your knowledge, and assimilate it and show it in your conduct, and respect will automatically flow. Yes, doctor?
Yes, yes, very true, very true.
Thank you so much, doctor. Look forward to the next one.
Thank you. Thank you.